Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allegra Lorraine, and today we're going to be going over my second trimester of pregnancy, weeks 15 to I'm pushing it to 29, but it's really 15 to 28, and after 28 you go into your third trimester. But yeah, a lot has happened during the second trimester, a lot of body changes, a lot of noticeable things. I feel like it might be a little bit more exciting during this time. Yeah, I'm just gonna go right into it because I hate when people ramble and I skip past when people ramble in their videos, and I feel like they should just get started. And P.S. I'm sorry if you can see my reflection in my glasses. I'm gonna try to sit in a way to where you can't really see. I mean, I'm gonna talk like this the whole time. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna try to sit in a way to where it's not too bad. But yeah, let's get started into the video. Okay, so body changes. That's the first thing I want to talk about. A lot of stuff happened to my body during the second trimester. I feel like the first trimester, god damn it. Body changes. I feel like a lot of stuff happened with the body changes in the second trimester. The first trimester is just a lot of symptoms and subtle changes in your body, and then the second trimester I feel like you really start to notice things like my hair. In the beginning, my hair went from shedding to thinning to being fuller, thicker, shedding less. It didn't really grow as much in length as I thought it would, but my hair's never really got like last year. I always cut it after a certain point. I did trim it once or twice, I can't remember, but most likely once during this pregnancy, and it was probably about this much all around. So yeah, other than that, it's just gotten thicker. It's gotten so thick to where I have to use like hairspray and like 3 different types of gel just to hold my hair down, and even then it doesn't always hold it down the same. My acne cleared up. I've never really, I don't know if you can see it, never really had that big of a deal with my skin. I've always had like minor skin issues, like hormonal, or it's just sensitive, that's all. Nothing where like I have cystic acne or bad breakouts, or it gets to the point where it hinders my life and I don't like want to go outside or anything. But yeah, my skin definitely cleared up a lot. I have been using sunscreen, and that's been helping with the dark spots. I did get like my neck got darker. I have some dark spots. My eyes got darker. Like around my eyes got darker. I do have just some blotchy areas, which comes with pregnancy. It might be a different color if, depending on your skin tone. My boobs did get bigger. My areolas are like the size of my face. So really weird. I hope they go back to normal. I'm like, the baby can see it. Doesn't need to get any bigger. Pretty sure the baby's gonna be able to find this. If it can't, I'm taking my baby to the hospital, telling the doctor something's wrong with my baby, can't find my boob. My areola is huge. Okay. I did see subtle increases in my stomach. Around maybe 25, 26 weeks is when my stomach really popped. Like it was just rounding out slowly, and then like around 25, 26 weeks it really popped out a lot. It was like really noticeable. Clothes did get a little bit tighter. Couldn't fit, started lifting up. I had to wear bigger and bigger t-shirts. Could no longer fit pants at this point. I was strictly in leggings, which I did not mind. And thank God my job didn't mind either. They were very good with that. Weight gain. My weight gain went from high to like low. So like in both trimesters I had 1 month where I gained like 6 or 7 pounds. And then after that I only gained like 3 or 4 pounds a month, which is about normal. You gain about half a pound to a pound a week, and then it just increases to like 1 pound to 2 pounds a week towards the end because the baby's picking up the most weight, and then you're gaining more and more water weight, so it's going to be different for everybody depending on their height and size. So you're gaining water weight, your blood is actually increasing. And then the baby's getting bigger, and then you have the extra stuff that's getting bigger in your body, like the placenta, amniotic fluid, your boobs. Sometimes the weight goes into certain areas, like mine is like my hips and butt. Around like 26 weeks, I just rounded out. Like my face got bigger, lips got bigger, nose got bigger. Everything went to like my hips and butt and thighs. Like my arms, they haven't really gotten that much bigger. They've always been about this size. I don't have any. I got this. I don't really have any arm muscle, but my arms haven't really gotten too much bigger, thank goodness. But yeah, definitely starting to look a little bit thicker, because I never had a big butt before, and now it's like getting to Khloe Kardashian level. Okay, like I'm not even kidding. And then I would say around 25-26 weeks, it definitely started to get harder to move around. Around 20 weeks, it got harder to breathe. Not because of the increased breathing, but I feel like I could feel the baby sitting up really high. So it was really hard to do things. And it put a lot of strain on my back. I had to lay down a lot of the times. It was just really painful and uncomfortable on my back. And like I would have to bend over, like stand up and bend over just so I could breathe. Lay on my side just so I could breathe. It was rough. Had to take a lot more breaks doing stuff around the house, just because I was getting winded easily, and it was like a lot of strain on my back, and I had to stop. The difficulty moving, I just comes naturally. Like you just can't bend down, bend over as much. You can't move as quick. You can't turn the way you used to. You can't just kick your leg up and jump up and do stuff. Nope, you kind of got to do a lot of scooting and trying to like motion yourself up out of places. Like you can't just, at least I can't, I just can't hop up. I gotta like prepare my body to get up, give it like a boost. So that's what I noticed first with the body. And then symptoms, a lot of my harsher symptoms left, and then like the nausea, oh, I'm so glad that left. I was nauseous like all day when I ate, couldn't finish my food. Even when I was asleep, I was nauseous, and I had to get up and drink some water or something. I never threw up, but I wanted to. I really did. So that was gone. It got to a point to where sometimes I just had to lay in bed in the morning until it passed. Like I would just be so nauseous I couldn't move. My headaches left. I had headaches a lot, which was really uncomfortable. The headaches left. So a lot of times I would just take acetaminophen or whatever you can take when you're pregnant. I'm not against taking some stuff. I'm just don't overdo it. Like I wouldn't take like 16 pills a day. I just take 2, drink lots of water, rest, and then my headache would go away. So yeah, that's what I did for my headaches. My fatigue, I had like extreme fatigue in the beginning, and that left. It was like energy spikes. So first I would be up here at my energy, and by like 3 o'clock I'd be down here, and I find myself just like blacking out. Like I would have a lot of energy, and then I'd be asleep. So that was that. So I would have to hurry up and do everything I need to do during the day, or I would do like minor tasks at night, because I knew I would be too tired, because like by 9 o'clock I was exhausted. And then I felt less dizzy during this time. Excuse me if I'm looking away. I have my handy dandy notebook. But yeah, I felt less dizzy during this time. In the beginning, I felt like I would pass out a lot if I moved too fast. And this time around, I felt pretty good. Like I didn't have to like just sit down for a minute. I could work out more. So working out became a little bit easier. It's hard to get through, especially because of my back pain, but once I'm done, like my back feels so much better, and I could breathe easier. Like I guess the baby drops a little bit after I work out. Like I could breathe a little bit easier. My body doesn't hurt as much. I do have to take more breaks when I work out, so every 5 to 10 minutes I have to take like 2 to 3 minute rests, or else I do feel dizzy, and I do feel some pain in my back and stuff, like I need to stop. And then the biggest thing that I didn't like so far was the leg cramps, which, oh my god, sometimes my legs cramp up so bad it feels like a bone is dislocated, like I'm trying to pop a bone back. And then I got restless leg syndrome, so that's pretty uncomfortable. I like hit my legs sometimes. I don't know why, but like it makes me want to hit my legs. But I do get like some restless leg syndrome, and it doesn't wake me up, but like before I go to bed I feel it, so I have to like walk around and stretch and stuff like that. So for doctor's appointments, I just got like extra tests for any bacteria. I do have GBS, which is a type of strep that can get passed along during labor, I believe. A lot of women have it, but they just don't know they have it because it's not that big of a deal. A doctor's not going to treat it unless you're pregnant. So I think a lot of women have it, but they just don't know until they're pregnant. And it's not that big of a deal. You just get treated. You just take an antibiotic, and that's it. You do it then, and then you do it when you're in labor, I believe, and that's it. So no big deal. And then I did my glucose test at 24 weeks. Wasn't as bad as people said. Yes, it was nasty because my drink was warm, and it made my stomach hurt because it was super sugary. Oh my god, I was like, ugh. I was like, oh god, I feel so sick. I was like, am I supposed to feel like sick after drinking this? And then I couldn't eat for like an hour, and I just wanted to eat like an apple or something to ease my stomach. I could hardly drink water. But yeah, I passed that, didn't have to take it again. I don't think you have to take it anymore. What else did I get done? I think that was it. That was all the things that I needed for my second trimester. I didn't need any more shots, just those 2 things. And then just regular checkups, which are the same. They weigh me, check my blood pressure, check the baby's heartbeat, ask me if I'm doing okay, and then I can go. And that's it. And then around 26 weeks I did get a 3D ultrasound, because they say, I think around that time to 28 weeks is like the best time to do it, because there's still room to see the baby's face and stuff like that, and the baby has like enough room to move around so you can get some action. And then also during this time, like for healthcare services, you just get to go more in detail talking about like family support, what roles people are going to be playing, which is really nice because you need to figure out who's going to do what when the baby comes, so that you don't have like everybody meets their expectations or knows what to expect out of each other, especially like what help you're going to need. I know it's kind of hard like to figure out like who's going to do what, but I was told that you're supposed to be getting to know your baby. You need help with everything else. You don't need help with the baby. You have to learn how to take care of the baby yourself. So you need help cleaning, fixing food, making the bed, washing the bottles, and stuff like that. You also do talk about like being intimate during pregnancy, especially like pros and cons of it, if you have like a trusting partner or not, abuse, just like what your family home environment is like, being intimate before and after pregnancy, the precautions that you have to take, because of course you can still get pregnant after you give birth. I hear it's a lot easier to get pregnant after you give birth. But yeah, and then you also talk about breastfeeding pros and cons. Me, I'm in the win with it. Like, I'm just going to try it out, try to stick with it for a few months and see how I like it. And if I don't like it, I'll just try to pump, at least give the baby like actual breast milk. But I don't know how I feel about breastfeeding, and I feel like a woman should be like her own choice. I don't think we should be making women feel guilty or pressured into breastfeeding, even though it does have like a lot of benefits. So does hugs and kisses and talking to your child and reading them books. So I don't think it's the end of the world when your child's 36 and going through a hard time in life and something comes up. I don't think they're going to be like, gosh darn, why didn't my mom breastfeed me? I could have got through this situation. So I don't think breastfeeding is going to be that big of a deal. And then traveling. I did my traveling during my second trimester. So I went to California and I went to Arizona. And during the first time was definitely different from the second time. The first time, the traveling, you pack light and you pack food and water. And you get an aisle seat. So I was a lot smaller, a lot earlier, a bit earlier in my pregnancy. So it's definitely a big difference. I wasn't as comfortable. Of flight was a little bit more easier, but the second time around when I went to Arizona, I was like 29 weeks, almost 30 weeks, and I was so uncomfortable. I was miserable. I was swelling. That's another symptom that started happening towards the end of my second trimester, swelling. I had like my feet would just swell up. I had a lot of swelling, and I had to make sure I stayed hydrated and stuff and kept my eye on that. That was a big deal, but I was like, that's it for traveling. After I did that, I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's gonna be way too hard on my body. And you should talk to your doctor about traveling and what your body can handle, and if your doctor feels or your healthcare provider feels okay with it, because it's gonna be different for everybody, and it also depends on what type of healthcare problems or any healthcare concerns you may have that's going on with you, if it's safe to travel. So definitely talk to somebody about that. So some unexpected feelings that I had. I definitely feel anxious a lot, just because I want this to be over. Like, I feel a lot of guilt because I'm not enjoying my pregnancy as much as I thought I would. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, pregnancy is so beautiful. I'm so in love. I'm so happy. I'm so chill. I'm so relaxed. Me, I'm like, I want this to be over. Oh, why does it take you so long? I just want to hold my baby. Like, I have nothing against the baby. Like, that's all I want to do in the end, is hold the kid. But I don't know. I'm just over being pregnant. I don't feel as happy as I expected to feel, and I feel really guilty because I know a lot of people struggle with having babies and stuff like that. But I mean, I feel like it might be natural to feel like a little bit unhappy being pregnant. I know some people have even more miserable pregnancies. Like, my pregnancy's been pretty easy. I guess it's, I don't know. Like, I feel like I should have nothing to be upset about. Like, I'm not upset about anything. I'm just not enjoying it as much as I thought. Like, it's fun and all, but you get over it pretty quickly. Like, you just want to see the baby. After a certain point, I don't know, you're just anxious. You're worried. Like, I'm worried all the time. Something's wrong with the baby. Like, I just want to know everything's okay. Oh gosh, my butt's starting to hurt sitting down. But yeah, I don't know, I feel really guilty that I'm just not enjoying it as much, and everybody else tells me about how happy they were with their experience, and I'm pretty happy. Like, I like it, but I don't know, I just want the baby to be here already. I'm tired of feeling anxious and like not knowing and not being able to sleep good at night, and I don't know, I have everything all set up. I just want the baby to be here, to be honest. I'm over pregnancy, but I feel bad that I'm not enjoying it as much. But, you know, I'm going to appreciate the time that I have with the little one at this point in my life, and just enjoy it, because one day I'm going to look back and be like, I don't know if I lied. I don't think I'm going to look back and say, gosh, I wish I was pregnant again. I don't know if I'm going to look back and think that, but I'm going to wish that I could enjoy the simpler times around this period where everything was nice and calm. And I do have a lot of hard things going on in my life right now, so I'm just gonna try to enjoy as much of my pregnancy as I can. Okay, so let's go over the baby from 15 to 29 weeks. So a lot happens. Like, the baby makes like the most drastic changes during this time. Like, you think it makes big changes during the first few months, from weeks 5 through 13 or 14, but it makes even more drastic changes. Okay, so here's just a few things that I picked up. So the baby goes from being about less than 1 pound and 5 inches, to being a little over 3 pounds and 16 inches by 29 weeks. So it's just going to vary between each person. I know by 26 weeks my baby was 2.2 pounds, and I got that during my 3D ultrasound, and I am going to insert the 3D ultrasound pic at the end of this video. But yeah, so it goes from being like from under a pound to over 3 pounds and 16 inches. Like, most babies can be born between 16 and 22 inches. So that's like almost the birth length. And then movements become more noticeable and less spontaneous. So babies have like an active period and a rest period, and you notice it, and it's so weird. For me personally, I couldn't feel if it's a hand or a foot or an arm or a leg. It just felt like a hard poke. And I think later on it becomes more like rolls, but yeah, it just felt like doop 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 doop. And you can see my stomach like popping all over the place and moving and bubbles, and you can start to feel like if the baby has hiccups, it's like little jump patterns going on. So yeah, at first, like I first noticed movement at like 16 weeks. So yeah, and then around that time it didn't really feel like anything. It definitely feels like gas or like bubbles popping in your stomach, and then it feels like little pokes, and then you can feel your stomach move. Like you can feel it inside your stomach. It's really cool, but it also makes you more anxious because when you're not feeling it, you're like shaking your stomach like, baby, are you okay? Yeah. And around this time, like second trimester, a lot of people learn the sex of their babies. I want it to be a surprise, but a lot of people do learn the sex of their babies during this time. I feel like I'd be even more anxious if I knew what I was having. Like, I don't know. It'd make me even more excited to see the baby. Like, hurry up and get here, please. And then the baby can like hear your voice. The baby starts to like, I don't think the baby opens his eyes, but the baby starts to respond to like your voice and hearing things, and the baby can start to recognize your voice and the people around you. I think they hear like lower pitch voices better outside the womb. So your significant other, they can hear that voice and they start to recognize it. So it's really cool and it's really sweet. And it definitely makes you more excited. Like, you feel like you're making progress, because in the beginning you feel like you're at your most anxious, and then you kind of level off and you prepare for things like the baby shower. Like I had my baby shower already, which I'm going to talk about in my third trimester video, or my 30 to 31 week update. But yeah, so that's fun. You start to get more stuff to look forward to, so you're not as bored and you're not just walking around like, oh, I'm pregnant. And by the end of the second trimester, the baby is just about fully developed. So not quite there yet, but definitely if the baby was born at like 28, 29 weeks, the baby will have a high chance of survival, especially with the technology that we have now. So yeah, that's exciting to think about. It's scary to think about, but it's exciting to know that if something did happen, your baby would be okay. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. I appreciate you guys tuning back in to watch. I really do. Thank you so much for all the support. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and hit the bell so that you get notifications. I am trying to do as many videos as I can, and just get content uploaded. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys.